what's up? It's deadbodyryan here. Got another little video. This is Mr. Gutsy dropping double MOAB on bootleg. Got a special guest here today. Now normally I don't let big black men in my house, especially when they look like Rick Ross, but you know, I've known this guy since I was probably 4 years old, and you know, we've gotten in a lot of trouble and shit together, so here we're gonna tell you a couple little stories. I don't know. Probably the 20-something years I've known this guy, probably half the time one of us was locked up. But you know, if ever we weren't locked up, then we were getting into trouble together. But funny thing, we never got locked up for the same shit.
So it's something different.
Yep. But I don't know. I think you've been telling the freeway story. I don't know. We were, how old were we?
Man, we had to been like, I'm gonna go with like 12 or 13.
All right. So we were like 12 or 13, and we used to go to church, you know, with our family on Sunday, and our church was kind of by this mall. But to get to the mall, you had to cross the freeway, and I mean, yeah, we never really went to church. We just kind of escaped out back, and people would chase us around. But somehow I managed to find my way to the mall at the age of 12. So, you know, like the next week, I'm like, hey Brent, you know, you want to go to the mall? And I dragged his ass to the mall, but
of course I was down anyway.
Yeah, we were. He seen the freeway and he was like, "What you doing, man?"
Oh yeah, that brought me to a halt right there, man.
Yeah.
Seeing 3 lanes on each side, I'm like, well, how we gonna do this one?
I didn't care. I just ran out in the middle of traffic, hopped over the median thing, got to the other side. Brent's looking at me like, "Hey, help me out here."
Right. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that for me.
Nah.
You know, I got across about 3 lanes and got stuck on the wall in the middle, and people were driving by honking. I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? I'm like, why did I let them talk me into this shit?
Have you ever seen the movie Bowfinger, when he's telling him like, come across the freeway, it'll be all right? That's pretty much how this shit was. He was frozen on that median in the middle, hugging on, screaming for dear life. But that shit was funny, man. But well, what's his name? Somebody was working up at the mall. We seen.
Oh yeah, my brother's buddy Lonnie, fat dude. Dude got kicked out of Old Country Buffet for eating too much. Working, I think it was Spencer's or something like that. We went up in there, just walked around the mall. The crazy thing is, by the time we got back, man, no one even knew we were gone.
Yeah, we used to do the same shit every week, man. Eventually, you know, he got accustomed to crawling over the freeway wall, but
learn my moves.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. We used to mess around so much at this church. They had this like one hallway that wrapped around the whole entire sanctuary.
Crazy hall.
Yep, and for some reason, the lights were always off in this motherfucker. Like, it was just pitch black, dark, this long ass hallway, and we used to try to just run as fast as we could down this bitch without being able to see anything, bouncing off walls, and it was crazy, man.
It was crazy. If y'all could picture a wall, like a hallway with just, you know, walls that are, you know, maybe 5 feet wide, and you just run it through like a maze, but all the lights are off, and you know, you and a buddy running through this hallway, and you know, sometimes we would be 3 or 4 of us, maybe 5 of us, and you would just sprint as fast as you can down the hallway, and you never know what you were gonna hit.
Try not to bust your head.
Yeah, literally, you could have ran into a wall or ran into a couple other people, which we did, you know, quite a few times, and somehow still survived. It was just crazy times, man.
Yeah, and the whole time, like, there's actually stuff going on inside the church, and we're like right behind where they're preaching and whatever.
Oh yeah.
They had with this like baptism tank.
Oh yeah, that thing was in the back. It's behind the preacher. But now you got a picture. You know, there's 2,000 people in the sanctuary of a church listening to a preacher, and of course me being in the very back row up in the balcony. I don't know, you know, what I was doing, just hanging out or whatever, and I see this little head pop up out of the tank, and I'm like, now I know I'm not the only one that's seen this, so I'm like, there's 2,000 other people, and I'm like, I'm not the only one that see this, and I nudge my buddy like, yo, did you see that? And then I see it again, and I see Ryan's head just comes up, looks around, smiles, and goes right back down. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, where's this guy at? You know, he's behind the preacher in the baptismal tank. You know, and now this, I mean, for people who know anything about church, I guess it's supposed to be, the most religious part of the church, besides the cross that was hanging above it, and, Ryan's up in there, got his head turning around and ducking and whatever he was doing. It was crazy.
Yeah. I don't even know, man. I just was dumb, man, when I was a kid. I was always doing something crazy, trying to get into trouble, or I don't even know, but
I think we were on some adventures, and whatever it led us to, that's just where we were,
Yeah.
There was really no point. We just did what we wanted, and wherever we ended up, that's where we were gonna be.
Yeah. They had these guys that would like walk the hallways and stuff, if you want to call them security or whatever, but
yeah,
I know that they were always chasing us, man. And these, you picture like security guard, that's basically what they were, like,
just without guns.
yeah, but some big fat old dudes. And we used to make them chase us down the hallways like they didn't know who we were or something. We
right.
were running from them.
The crazy part is that these guys were really, the entertaining part about it all is that they actually every time would pursue us, but never caught us, but just would pursue us. And we would even sometimes tease them a little bit, let them catch up and be laughing, and then still take off on them, and you can hear the keys jingling behind you, the 1,000 keys they had on their pants, just shaking around as they're chasing us. And these guys were really serious and really wanted to catch us, but they never could.
Yeah, that was funny, man. These guys. Man, that was some funny shit.
Yeah, it was some good days right there.
Like, this was a big church, man. We just ran around forever, and they would chase us, man, as long as their pants stayed up. And whatever,
Yeah, and they had nothing else to do.
These guys took it too serious. Like, they thought that they were like the cops of the church, and I don't know. I
guess we were the criminals.
Yeah, gave it to them raw. That's how it was.
Oh yeah, you always had a huge church, and it was like a long stretch, and then they had the Bowman Center.
Yeah.
Which was the gymnasium.
Yeah, it was just a gym, pretty much.
And some lockers or whatever that was over there on the other side. It wasn't connected, but you could walk out the other side of it and walk down, the sidewalk and get to it. That was always fun to get in there and shake the pop machines and get some pop.
Yeah, until that one fell on top of your brother.
Oh yeah, that was who was that? That was my god brother. My brother had to pull it off him. Yeah, he tried to rock the pop machine and fell on top of him and snapped his leg back. That was a crazy moment right there.
Well, the trick was you used to be able to like tip a pop machine like 3/4 of the way over, and if you pressed a button, the doors would just open up and shit. So this dude is trying to tip a pop machine over by himself, and they weigh about 500 or more pounds when they're full of pop. This just fell over on top of his ass.
Oh yeah, and these are the old school ones too. These are not the the smaller, newer ones that weigh less. These the old school pop machines. And the crazy thing about it was, my god brother at the time, he had to have been about 17 when he did it. When we used to do it, we were like 12, 13, and we would do it ourselves. Stick our foot in the slot where the pop's supposed to go out, and just jump on it and shake it until something came out. And it always worked. And at that point in time, he took it a little bit too far, and that thing fell on top of him.
Yeah. I don't even know why, man. Like, those pop machines, they belonged to my dad. My dad owned them. I got all the free pop and shit I wanted. It didn't even matter. I'd just be like, yo, I want a pop. Give me the keys. But instead, I'd just try to tip that money over.
Just to do it.
It's just stupid, man. I was a dumb kid.
Yeah, that's how we did things, man. You had to get some kind of thrill out of something, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got plenty more stories. I think this one's just about out of time, this video, so you know, we'll probably record one more here. If you guys enjoy them, you know, let me know. Greg can get his ass over here again and we can tell you a couple more stories, but until then, I'm out of here. Peace.
Peace.